Have you ever heard of the loan estimate but wondered what is that thing, right? And how are all these terms and all these numbers actually going to affect me? Well, the loan estimate is how you can see those numbers at the beginning of the process. Let me break it down for you. The loan estimate has a lot of different features on it. So at the top of the page, and I'll, put it here above me, you can see your name, the date, the property address. You want to make sure all of that is correct. You can also on the right-hand side see what type of loan this is. What's the term of the loan? Is the loan locked or not? If this little box is checked no, then you have not locked in your interest rate yet and it's still floating. If the box is clicked yes, then it is locked in. And if it's clicked no the first time you get this document, once you do actually lock in your interest rate, you'll get a new loan estimate that will show you that the interest rate is now locked in with whatever rate you locked in at. The loan estimate also tells you all the loan terms. So what is your interest rate? What is the loan amount? And are there any prepayment penalties? And a prepayment penalty would be if you paid the loan off early, you would also have to pay a fee or a percentage of the outstanding balance, something like that. But there are no prepayment penalties on traditional mortgages. It'll also tell you if there's a balloon payment, which on most traditional mortgages, there's not balloon payments either. And a balloon payment is just where at a certain period of time, there's a big payment that's due. So you're gonna have to pay off the loan in 15 years, even though it's amortized for 30 years or something like that. But most traditional mortgages, actually all traditional mortgages, don't have balloon payments. You can also see your projected payments on the loan estimate. And this is where it gets a little tricky and I get the most questions on the loan estimate because it shows it twice in weird ways. So if you do have mortgage insurance on your loan, there'll be two different boxes. And the first box shows what your payments are going to be with the mortgage insurance. And then if you have a loan type that the mortgage insurance falls off, then there'll be another box with the years, like maybe 8 through 30, and then what the payments would be without the mortgage insurance. And then down below that, you're also going to see another number that you're not paying in duplicate of. It's just a different way of showing you the number. And that one's going to include all of your escrows. And so that number down below is going to show all of your property taxes, your homeowner's insurance. If there's an HOA, that number will show all of that amount. So sometimes that number is the same as above in the estimated escrow line, but sometimes it's different because you have an HOA. And we have to count your HOA payment in with your debt to income ratio. So that's why we show it here on the document. But you're never going to pay your HOA payment directly to your mortgage servicer. That just goes to your HOA. We don't get involved with the HOA payments. It's just one big number at the bottom of all your closing costs. And this includes all the fees for getting the loan, the title fees, the appraisal, all the third-party fees. It also includes your prepaids. So that's your homeowner's insurance that you have to prepay, the property taxes that you have to prepay, any HOA that you may have to prepay, and just gives you that one big number there. And that is the number that you're gonna have to bring in addition to your down payment. But then the number underneath that, the estimated cash to close, is what you're estimated to actually bring to title. And this number at the beginning on the loan estimate is just an estimate. We haven't finalized all the fees yet. We're just kind of putting estimates in there for a lot of things. A lot of times when I send out the loan estimate, you haven't given me a quote for your homeowner's insurance. So if you give me a quote that's a lot higher than what I estimated, then that number is going to go up. So there's lots of different reasons why the estimated cash to close will change from the loan estimate to the final number that you have to pay at closing. But there's a lot of fees on this document that actually will stay the same. And I'll talk about that in my next video when I'll explain page 2, because the loan estimate is a 3-page document and it's just a lot to go over in just one video. Stay tuned for the page 2 of the loan estimate video.